Welcome one and all to set B. This is the second set of Gymnast 4, and we're going to start with representation from Andorra. Aina Diaz is the first to compete, the 15-year-old.
Tira forte il vento su una vecchia terrazza davanti al golfo di Sorrento. Un uomo abbraccia una ragazza dopo che aveva pianto, poi si schiarisce la voce e ricomincia il canto. Te voglio bene assai, ma tanto bene stai, è una catena ormai che scioglie il sangue dentro me.
The 15-year-old from Sant Julià de Lòria, the furthest southwest of the 7 parishes of Andorra, on the banks of the Gran Valira River. Aina Diaz, she competed at the Junior European Cup in Baku this year.
Stopka with ball, representing Bulgaria. Please welcome Alexandra Petrova.
Next to take to the carpet, the first gymnast from Bulgaria. Good luck to Alexandra Petrova. The 14-year-old is from Sofia, and she made her full international debut this year at the Junior European Cup in Baku, where she was second best with ball. You can only imagine the excitement, the anticipation, the nerves that a young athlete is going to feel when they're the first to come out and represent their country, and she's getting a warm reception from the crowd. Showed real tenacity there, Alexandra Petrova, and there were some beautiful moments to her performance as well, especially in the second half as it really started to get moving. She's got lots of success in the pre-junior category at the national championships, a whole host of medals won. 20.05 for Aina Diaz from Andorra. Now, this is the first athlete that we've seen so far today who's going to be doing all 4 exercises. The lone representation from her country. Best of luck to 13-year-old Marianna Toderi of Albania. She made history for them, and I'll tell you why later. When this 13-year-old competed at the Mediterranean Junior Championships last year, it was the first time that an Albanian had ever taken to the floor at that event. So what a brilliant moment, not just in her young life, but in the life of her entire country. And she also competed at the Junior European Cup in Baku as well. We have a 22.95 for Alexandra Petrova. 6.45 for execution, but with a competitive, very competitive difficulty score of 9.6. So that's helped put her in 5th position in the ball standings. This is the sole performance that we're going to see in qualification from this gymnast. She's 13, Valentina Antifora from Luxembourg, and she was 16th with the ribbon at the Junior European Cup in Baku earlier this season. Nice routine, this. Really well done to her on that powerful sequence of leaps that showed immense physical strength. Valentina Antifora did well to make necessary adjustments when she had to go and get the replacement apparatus as well. Biggest competition she's ever enjoyed, and we enjoyed watching her. as Maria-Elena Toderi scores 20.25. Paris Grasse of Luxembourg is going to perform the other 3 exercises, and she's a couple of years older, has a little more experience than Valentina Antifora. Now we turn our attention to Austria. So Austria also using the 3-in-1 system, and the gymnast performing 3 exercises is the 14-year-old from Dornbirn in the far west of Austria in the Alpine Rhine Valley. This is Elina Loacker. Good quick thinking at the end. Well done to Elina Loacker of Austria. Another who's grown in stature, and the performative quality of her exercises has really increased over the last little while. It's 20.6 for Valentina Antifora. As was the case in set A, we have 10 cycles, if you will, per set, but the national squads will substitute gymnasts in and out as necessary.
Please welcome Natalia Kazanegra.
From the capital city of her country, Podgorica, this is Montenegro's Natalia Kazanegra. She competed at the Junior European Cup in Baku this year and got close to the top 20 with both the ball and the ribbon. A Spice Girls medley, that always gets my vote. Lovely work from Natalia Casanegra of Montenegro. Finishing with, of course, the song that got it all started, Wannabe, that established the girl power trend musically. And a very vibrant performance from the youngster from Podgorica, so it needed to be to justify that choice of music, matched it well. 19.4 for Elina Luaker. She gets a rotation off now and then returns for clubs and ribbon. It will be her teammate Sofia Selina Novak who's next for Team Austria in rotation number 2. We've got 4 performances to come in this first of 4 rotations in set B.
Representing Spain with gloves, please welcome Claudia Marino.
Now to a gymnast who was part of the Spanish group that finished in second place in the all-around competition at the last Junior European Championships. It's Claudia Marino. She's now an individual and she's performing with clubs and ball here.
Now there's something about good loving that all you ladies should know. Keep on turning up the voltage till that man begin to glow. You gotta start real slow.
What a finish that was. The trajectory judgment was spot on. Lovely forward rolls, and she's just looked in the direction of all of the Spanish delegation, which is sitting right behind the commentary position, and has just had a lovely happy smile seeing them there and hearing the big loud typically Spanish cheers. We all know how noisy the Spanish rhythmic gymnastics fans are. They had that wonderful experience in Valencia a few years ago at the World Championships that set decibel records. She's got good basic training, hasn't she, Marino? Very secure. 21.35 for Casanegra. Here is the younger sister of Liliana Lewińska. It's Laura from Wrocław, and she won all-around gold at the Polish Cup in March.
Golden girl dressed in nice, the hardest, darkest night. You got me to dim my light, no more. Somewhere along the way I lost my mind. I had to walk 100,000 miles. I'm not afraid to set it all on fire. I won't fall again. I'll be my own lighter. Nothing can burn me now. I'll be my own lighter. and I've taken off my shoes. I wish none of this was true, but there's a fire going too. Nothing can burn me down. I'm my own lighter.
Particularly love the way that she uses the ribbon during the fouette turns. It just whips beautifully in a way that actually seems an extension of the leg movement. It's clever. No surprise in such a positive evaluation from the judges for Claudia Marino of Spain, 24.25, a 7.6 for the execution. As I mentioned at the time of her performance, very clean, precise gymnastics with excellent fundamentals. Levinska, by the way, is one of the two gymnasts, or the other of the two gymnasts, who's going to be doing all four exercises.
Representing Norway with gold, let's welcome Julie Foxland.
Now then, representing Norway, the first of two performances from Julia Haugsland, the 14-year-old who competes at a major competition for the first time, but she's been doing a lot of smaller events around Europe to get ready for this, and she is ready for this. You'll enjoy her. That is somebody who is listening to the music that they're performing to. Julia Haugsland of Norway, real choreographic variation. Great to see that artistic sensibility in such a young performer. This is a great score to see for Laura Levinska of Poland, 24.85. The second highest mark that we've seen with the ribbon. The Norwegian squad are sending two gymnasts to do two pieces each, and that's the same for their Nordic neighbours. Representing Finland, the nation hosting the Team Gym European Championships later this year. This is Olivia Fedorov. She's from Vantaa, north of Helsinki, and she's just won all 5 individual gold medals at the Junior National Championships. Well, I told you that she'd won all 5 individual gold medals at the Junior National Championships. I don't think I needed to tell you because you can see it, can't you, in the confidence with which she performs. She's just had the greatest competition of her young career, and it's clearly improved her stature as an athlete. Well done, Olivia Fedorov, on what you've accomplished. 19.5 for Julia Haugsland. Just to give you context there, a 5.9 for difficulty. We've seen some exercises with difficulties coming close to 10. So she's performed a contained level of difficulty, but she's executed it nicely with good artistry. So she's maximising what she is able to do at this stage of her career, and that's what you want to see from not just a junior gymnast, but any gymnast. But back to Olivia Fedorov. It's such a rare thing that somebody performs what we would call the clean sweep at a national championships, either junior or senior, that they manage to win every single individual gold medal available to them. It's stunning, and it deserves a special moment of appreciation. And how lovely it must feel to go into your full international debut, the biggest competition you've ever done, as undisputedly the champion of champions in your country. 22.1 for Fedorov. This is Eva Trave of Andorra, 13, and she competed at the Junior European Cup. Some very nice little touches of elegance in that display from Eva Trave of Andorra. She's 13, so 2 years younger than her teammate Aina Diaz. Comes from Escaldes and Godani, the southern eastern most of the 7 parishes of Andorra. It's the second largest by population. I think only Andorra la Vella, the capital, has more people in it. Competition is about to continue with Bulgaria getting ready.
Please, no flags on the branding. Delegation as well. Please take them down. Thank you.
Свободнейший grand представитель за Bulgaria, with class representing Bulgaria. Please welcome Dea Eliuva.
Led out by the cadets from the Naval Academy in Varna. He is from the capital city, Sofia, Dea Emilova. and she is a very strong performer with this apparatus. She accumulates an extraordinary amount of difficulty by the sheer number of rotations of the body that she can get packed in to those releases of the clubs. It's been a hallmark of her gymnastics for a few years now. Deja Emilova, that was such an intense and big performance. Really excited the crowd, and I'm sure you watching at home. She used to be coached by Silvia Stoineva, who coached Katrin Taseva, famous for many high-quality performances with the clubs over the years. So we're working our way through set B, the second rotation. Just coming up to 1:45 in the afternoon in Varna. Back out onto the carpet comes the youngster from Albania, 13, one of the youngest in the competition, Marianna Toderi. She started with 20.25 with the clubs. She was actually born in Cyprus. Now the score is in for Deja Emilova, and it is a 25.85. That is an absolutely huge score for Emilova, easily the best that we've seen.
ci играет представитель Luxembourg. We call from Luxembourg. Please welcome Paris Gras.
A 15-year-old from Luxembourg. She'll be performing 3 exercises for her country. This is Paris Gras, who was very good at the Junior European Cup in Baku this year. She's also competed at the Junior World Championships.
A storm is coming that you can't escape. A storm is coming that you can't escape.
That's another really good effort made to get the routine concluded, having to reach for the replacement apparatus. Some great, powerful fouettes with leg extended. Impressive athleticism from Paris Gras, as we have a score of 17.35 for Maria Elena Toderi of Albania. Coming up later on in our coverage today, we've got sets C and D. They take place after a short break. It's about an hour and 20 minutes or so between the end of set B and the start of set C. It's due to get underway at 3:30 local time in Varna, whatever that is for you. And I'm sure there are many of you watching it who are watching at rather more unsociable times of the day or night. A special thanks to you if you're fighting time zones to watch this.
Please welcome Sofia Selina.
This is the sole performance in qualification from Sofia Selina Novak of Austria. She's 14 from the lovely city of Graz. And she has competed in Bulgaria before at the Sofia Cup, but this is her debut in a competition of this size. Good luck to her.
Ladies and gentlemen, reality is an interpretation of fantasy. Music becomes form of a new digital world. Ladies and gentlemen, touch yellow.
Un pariolo llevándose en vuelo eterno, lo más dulce, lo más tierno que el campo me regaló. Triste del suelo. La tarde se ha puesto triste, la lluvia tiene un olor que me recuerda al olvido de aquel amor. La tarde se ha puesto triste, la lluvia
a fun and playful little finish to that routine from Novak, and it worked nicely. Good sense of tempo. It worked well with the beat of the orchestration. She's another who has certainly benefited from doing these invitational events, the smaller international ones that build up to competitions of this scale, because her sense of presence as a performer is much enhanced from a couple of seasons ago. From Montenegro, Iva Plemic. She'll only perform with the clubs, and she competed with them at the Junior World Championships last year. She's such an interesting young individual, Iva Plemic. When we talk about people who can create a sense of electricity, with her it might be literal, because she's been part of a project to encourage innovation in young potential electrical engineers in the last few months. So she's got an interesting academic life away from her elite sporting career. 19.3 for Sofia Selina Novak. This is all part of the team competition as well, and it's Ukraine leading the way after the first set. The only team to break the 100 mark barrier. But we've got a long way to go yet. We're coming close now to the halfway stage of set B. Hope you're enjoying it all so far. Great to have you with us on this first day of coverage at the 42nd European Rhythmic Gymnastics Championships. It's a beautiful day in Varna, by the way, lovely weather. Now a 15-year-old from Valencia, the host city of the 2023 World Championships. And she competed at the Junior World Championships here in Bulgaria last year. This is Naira Martinez, very good with the ribbon. That was absolutely enchanting, wasn't it? Goodness me. And we all left Varna there and ended up just lost in the mystical world of the Spanish musical duende. It was just gorgeous. Lovely choreography, inherently of its time and place. Super to watch. 19.45 for Eva Plemic. There are some nations that just excel at those ribbon routines that make you feel immersed in their country's own cultural identity, and Spain is one of them. Think about in recent years someone like Alba Bautista and her beautiful spiritual ribbon routine. And that's the only time we're going to see Nadia Martinez in the qualification process. Spain have 3 gymnasts in their ranks, so they've got Marino doing 2 pieces, and then Martinez and Monica de Juana doing 1 each.
Please welcome Laura Levinska.
She's back after a fine start. Laura Levinska of Poland at 24.85 with the ribbon, and now performing with the hoop. She won the gold medal at the Gdynia Rhythmic Stars event in her own country earlier this year.
I'm a witch with a quite refined taste. It is hard to please my burning heart. I'm surrounded by a million kind offers, but I really want to say that I don't want it. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Just leave me alone. 'Cause I see life goes, and there is not much you can do to run away. 'Cause I will turn your life into what is this music here? No. A light goes, and there is nothing you can do to escape. 'Cause I will turn your life into
Good fun, memorable, and fascinating, isn't it, that you've got Laura Levinska doing a routine to a piece of music centred around a witch and witchcraft. Then you had last year her sister Liliana doing a witch Tarohoro with the ribbon. That, totally different. I mean, they're a million miles away stylistically and musically, but it's quite a fun little overlap. Well done to Nadia Martinez, 23.95, third best with the ribbon. Artistry score of 7.75. The difficulty of 8.85 is also strong. Just to set it into context, the scores above it with the ribbon, 10.1 difficulty for Krainska, 9.8 for Levinska. So Martinez giving a little away in difficulty, but unsurprisingly her artistry score is the best we've seen with the ribbon. Now this is a young gymnast from Norway, 15-year-old Sofia Amble. First time at a competition of this scale, and she's a history maker. I'll tell you more afterwards. Hello to anyone watching in Nesttun, 10 kilometres south of Bergen city centre in Vestland County in the south of Norway, because Sofia Amble is the first gymnast in the history of Fana rhythmic gymnastics to make the Norwegian national team. She has opened the door and raised the aspiration levels at her club. And hello to everyone in that club. Hope you're having a lovely time celebrating your gymnast accomplishments. Lots of celebrations for Laura Levinska, 24.7. Strongest score with the hoop. 1/10 ahead of Sofia Kulikova of Ukraine. The last gymnast to perform in the second rotation, Karolina Naya of Finland. She's 14 from Espoo, just north of Helsinki. Won bronze in the all-around competition at the Junior National Championships. Young gymnast from Finland, Karolina Naya. Not only did she win bronze in the all-around competition at the Junior National Championship, she took 2 silvers in the apparatus finals as well. So 16.75 for Sofia Amble. And we're now at the conclusion of rotation number 2. We're going to go back up to the top of the order to begin the second half of set B. We are just waiting for the score for Karolina Naya to come in. She is, as I mentioned earlier, from Esper, which is going to be hosting the European Team Gym Championships later on in the year. You can find all of the information on the European Gymnastics website, the full calendar of events. So this conclusion of set B in 2 rotations time will take us to the halfway mark in junior qualification and the junior team event. We move to the start of rotation number 3. And this is Eva Trave from Andorra. Really nice to see her take what she's obviously learned from performing at the Junior European Cup with both ball and clubs, and to bring it to the European Championships. Eva Trave, who started with an 18 with the ball. Just to tell you, by the way, Karolina Naria scored 23.15 with the clubs. And that's actually the 5th best score that we've seen so far with that apparatus.
Representing Bulgaria, please welcome Bea Eliuba.
She made quite some start with the clubs, 25.85. Now, Dea Emilova will perform with the ribbon. If she can keep going in this vein, she's going to be a very compelling bet for a couple of apparatus finals.
Espera, aún me quedan alegrías para darte. Tengo 1000 noches de amor que regalarte. Te doy mi vida a cambio de quedarte. Espera, no entendería mi mañana si te fueras. Y hasta te admito que tu amor me lo mintieras. Te adoraría aunque tú no me quisieras. Espera un poco, un poquito más para llevarte mi felicidad. Espera un poco, un poquito más. Me moriría si te vas. Espera un poco.
Varna as a city is famous for its seafood. You see lots of restaurants advertising the catch of the day. Well, we just saw the catch of the day there, undisputedly, from Dea Emilova. There was a moment when it looked as though she was going to struggle to reach the apparatus, flung herself at it, made sure of it. That was a big performance. What an exciting young gymnast to watch. Character in her gymnastics. It's an 18 Pandora's Eva Trave.
Obruč, Onofriichuk, Albania. Representing Albania with gold, please welcome Marianna today.
To one of the busiest gymnasts in this competition, doing all 4 pieces. The lone representative of her nation, Marianna Toderi, performing now with the hoop. That may have been choreographically her boldest work so far. It was really memorable from Marianna Toderi. Tough for her as well, because so many of these gymnasts, virtually all of them, they are competing out there alongside teammates. and she's the only representative from her nation in the junior event. Oh my goodness me, what a number! And that has sent her right to the top of the ribbon leaderboard. 26.8 for Dea Emilova.
Paris, Graz.
This is Paris Grass from Luxembourg. 20.25 with the hoop. Now she performs with the ball. Well done for getting hands on that ball before it disappeared and really made life complicated at the end of the exercise. Did have a nice build towards the end and she was largely keeping that under control. 18.8 for Maria Elena Toderi. Elina Luaka of Austria now competing with the clubs, and this was the only apparatus she performed with at the Junior World Championships last year.
Mon maire a perdu son bec, mon maire a perdu son bec, un bec de bec, trop bec marron. Car tu mon maire, la cama, tu mon maire chanter, comme tu mon maire, la cama, tu mon maire chanter. Mon maire a perdu sa tête, mon maire a perdu sa tête. Une tête de tête, trois têtes, un bec de bec, trois bec marron. Comment veux-tu, mon maire, la cama, tu mon maire chanter, comme tu mon maire, la cama, tu mon maire chanter. Mon maire a perdu son dos, mon maire a perdu son dos. Un, deux, deux, trois, dos, une tête de tête, trois têtes, un bec de bec, trois bec marlot. Comment veux-tu, mon maire, la comment veux-tu, mon maire chanter? Comment veux-tu, mon maire, la comment veux-tu, mon maire chanter? Mon maire a perdu son fal. Mon maire a perdu son fal. Un fal, de fal, trois fal, un, deux, deux, trois, dos, une aile de salle, trois ailes, une tête de tête, trois têtes, un bec de bec, trois bec marlot. Comment vas-tu, mon merle, comment vas-tu, mon merle chanter? Comment vas-tu, mon merle, comment vas-tu, mon merle chanter? 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 Comment vas-tu, mon merle chanter?
Very musical performance from Elina Luaka. Sometimes it's the little details that you remember in a routine, and the timing of those fouettes with what the music was doing was very aesthetically pleasing. 21.55, well done to Paris Grass. That's a 1.3 increase from her score with the hoop.
From Montenegro, please welcome Natalia Casanegra.
Now the ribbon performance of Natalia Casanegra of Montenegro. She performed well with the ribbon at the Junior European Cup in Baku earlier this year. She started with 21.35 with the ball. A real tenacity that she approached that routine with, determination to get as much out of it as possible, and some moments where she really committed to the choreography in a way that was genuinely engaging. 21.15 for Elina Luaka. That is a sizable improvement of about a mark and 3/4 compared to her score with the hoop. So lovely to see her settling into the competition. This is our one chance to have a look at a young gymnast from Spain who was part of the group that won all-around silver at last year's championships. Now as an individual, Mónica de Juana from Madrid is performing with an apparatus that she's really starting to build a reputation with. Very good hoop performer. She's such a quick turner. The chaînés and the fouettes, very athletic and with a nicely maintained line. Sometimes when gymnasts start to really turn quickly, there can be a wildness of technique developing. You don't feel that with her. The first Spanish group for a generation to win junior all-around honours at the European Championships. So a rare thing when somebody competes at 2 consecutive junior European Championships, because it means that you've made a group to individual switch at some point. 17.4 for Natalia Casanegra. And that concludes her performance. We're going to see the one remaining gymnast from Montenegro next, and that's Irina Yanovskaya. She'll be in the final rotation, just performing with the hoop. Three performances remain before we go to the top of the order for the last time.
Representing Poland, please welcome Laura Lewinska.
Poland's Laura Lewinska. Ball performance after a 24.85 with the ribbon and a 24.7 with the hoop.
It's Halloween tonight, and it's gonna be our night. She'll have nowhere to go and scream, please let me go. Imagine that, an evil trap. So follow me, enjoy the show. So, hide from think, will you take the risk? Apple twist, show a scary trick, duck, duck, skip. With your buns you click, and finally, swing like the hanging man. So, are you up for it?
Oh, yes, me.
I don't know.
He's kidding me.
Oh, yes! Duck, duck, kick, zombies with a twitch, duck, spin, switch. Spiders on my big hot turn flip. Bloody hands feeling shake like a witch in flame.
Really good, tidy, secure catch at the end from Laura Lewinska of Poland, who's made her mark with some very stylish and memorable performances. It's a nice score for Monica de Juana, 24.45. 7.5 for artistry. The 14-year-old from Norway who started with a 19.5 with a hoop. This is the second and final performance in qualification for Julia Haugsland.
Listen to the story. Left a good job in the city, working for the man every night and day, and I never lost 1 minute of sleeping. I was worried about the way that things might have been, and we're rolling, yeah, rolling on the river,
That's great fun. Really good from Julia Haugsund of Norway. It plays with you as an audience because you know that it can't maintain that slow pace that it sets in the first half. So you're waiting for the explosivity, and when it comes along, it has to be matched by the choreography, and it was. She did pick up the energy. She still also had plenty of control in the slower portions. 23.6 for Lewinska. So that is the fourth best score that we've seen with them all thus far. If you're getting in and around the top three, you can start to feel a sense of confidence that you might be headed for an apparatus final at this stage. And so to the last performance of rotation number 3. It's Karolina Narja of Finland with the ribbon. She started with 23.15 with the clubs.
Someone up on that wall is just gonna spend the night. I'm gonna play this child the wall between reality and fantasy. Sometimes so small and not so dark. Sometimes our life is strange, and it seems you gotta do it all by yourself to arrange sensations never felt. That's why my soul I never sell. The wall between reality and fantasy is sometimes so small and not so dark.
Really entertaining from Karolina Narja. That completes her 2 performances, and she looks like she's, yeah, absolutely. I was going to say that she's loved every moment of it. I think the crowd feels the same about watching her perform. Lovely to see young athletes just shining out there on this big stage. Some of them have competed in Bulgaria at the Junior World Championships. A huge number of them are competing at what you would call a major for the very first time. It's a lot to bear, isn't it, as a youngster? Think about yourself at the age of 13, 14, 15. These are strong people to cope with that pressure and to even be able to turn it into something that generates enjoyment for them, that they actually can take a moment to celebrate being out there and perform with flair and style. One has to have nothing but the utmost respect for them all. Wherever they finish, however they score, it's a job well done. 22.6, the score that's just come in for Karolina Narja. And we return to the top of the order for the very last time in set B. Aina Diaz of Andorra. She started this set off with the hoop. She's had 2 rotations out, with Eva Trave taking her place. Now she finishes with the ribbon.
Je ne fume plus, je n'ai même plus l'histoire suis malade, complètement malade, comme quand ma mère sortait le soir et qu'elle me laisse seule avec mon désespoir. Je suis malade, c'est ça, je suis malade. Tu m'as privé de tous mes chants, tu m'as vidé de tous mes mots, et j'ai le cœur complètement malade. Ça n'est la barricade, t'entends, je suis
She really did perform that with genuine sentiment. Aina Diaz of Andorra looked as though she felt it, as though she cared about it. And that's a lovely quality to witness in any artistic sport. Now we have the last Bulgarian performance to come in this qualification process that also doubles as the team event. Just to remind you that Ukraine, the pace-setting team from set one with a score of 100.55. It's the sum total of the work of the three gymnasts from that team. One score per apparatus counting. You can do it with just two gymnasts, that's absolutely fine.
Representing Bulgaria.
You can do it with four.
Please welcome Siana Alekova.
Siana Alekova of Bulgaria, the 14-year-old from Sofia, who has been a junior national champion. She's had to come back from difficult injury over the last few years. Very good athlete. The performer of the never-ending fouettes, Siana Alekova of Bulgaria. I didn't think they were ever going to finish. It's incredible. On and on and on, perpetual motion machine. What a display, and she's been through some really tough times. She deserves that. She really has earned that moment. The 19.45 for Aina Diaz. Siana Alekova, by the way, is good pals with Dara Malinova, the Junior European Championship ribbon medalist from 2024. Their social media is full of congratulatory messages of support to each other and real displays of friendship. Last performance from Marianna Toreri of Albania. What an effort she's put into these championships. All 4 routines performed. I think a real moment of respect for this young gymnast is in order. 13, one of the youngest in the competition. And she's been out there, done all of this on her own with no national teammates in the junior squad alongside her. My word, 26.65 for Siana Alekova. It sends the Bulgarian team into first place. It is a crackerjack of a number. That is a 1.95 gap at the top of the hoop leaderboard. Alekova over Laura Levinska. Sensational display for Bulgaria. 11.1 difficulty, by the way. That's those never-ending turns. Let's see the last qualification performance from Paris Grasse of Luxembourg. And she won bronze with the clubs in the Irina Deleanu Cup in Romania last year.
What good is music? What good is a melody if it ain't possessing something sweet? Well, it ain't the music, it ain't the melody that makes this tune complete. Well, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Well, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swinger, boy. Don't mean nothing until you can. Oh, you can't take that away. It's got to. Oh, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. Get that swing.
With a skip and a hop, it's do up from Paris Grasse of Luxembourg. Lovely energy to that display from the 15-year-old. She was top 30 with the clubs at the Junior World Championships last year. Really comfortable with the apparatus. 17.75 for Marianna Toderi of Albania. I just remind you that she made history for her nation when she competed at the Mediterranean Junior Championships last year. first time that they had been represented in that prestigious competition. Now she's here at the Junior Championships of Europe. Deserves a rest after 4 performances and the chance to sit and watch some gymnastics, and that's one of the things that the juniors appreciate so much at the championships like this, is once their work is done, to sit and enjoy and learn from all of the other athletes around them. Elina Loacker of Austria, performance for the last time. She scored a strong 21.15 with the clubs.
Deep in your heart there's a small hidden room, and you know that I hold a key. You're gonna travel all over the world, places where I'll never be. Someday you'll marry the man of your dreams, and I will be crying all night. But there is a secret that both of us know, and that's why I'm feeling alright. Yes, there is a secret that both of us know, and that's why I'm feeling alright. There may be smart guys and tall guys who are stronger than me, and 10 times the charmer that I'll ever be. But one thing, Maria, I sure didn't miss: your very first kiss. Someone who truly believes love is blind, but I beg to differ, 'cause two of a kind, they will find each other, and that is real bliss, our very first kiss.
What a nice way to conclude the campaign of Elina Loacker of Austria. She was born very close to the border with Switzerland, Germany and Liechtenstein in Dornbirn in the far west of the country. Beautiful part of Europe. 22.55 for Paris Grass. No doubt about it, that was her strongest display so far. Currently occupying 7th place in the club's standings. So we have just 5 performances to come.
Representing Montenegro, please welcome Irina Janovskaya.
From Montenegro, Irina Janovskaya. The only performance we're going to see from the 14-year-old in this qualification process. She was 24th with the hoop at the Junior European Cup. Poor young gymnast has had to wait the whole competition to finally take to the carpet with the last rotation. It was worth waiting for from Marina Janovskaya. Nice display. She clearly has a good track record early on in her career with this apparatus, as the Junior European Cup demonstrated. But not easy for a gymnast, if they're only performing once, to be part of all of the hubbub backstage and still have to be geared up for just one display coming right at the end. Got to peak at exactly the right moment psychologically. So just to remind you that Bulgaria has overtaken Ukraine in the team competition. That's the really key development from this set.
Somebody lost their key card for Hotel Aqua. Please, if you have lost your key card for Hotel Aqua, come.
It's just been an announcement saying someone's lost their hotel key card. Everyone, the entire arena is now checking its pockets, including people who don't stay at that hotel, because it's just human nature, isn't it? Someone says, have you lost your hotel key card? And you might not even be staying at a hotel, but you still check your pocket just to see. It's a 19.3 for Elina Luaka. Well, we really enjoyed the club's performance of Claudia Marino of Spain, 24.25. Now she performs with the ball. Just remind you that you're looking at here already a Junior European Championship silver medalist with the group. Oh, what lovely turns at the end. And she was so close to making that really extended trap on the ground. Just fingertips. It was almost there. She is a gymnast with really nice technique. She's from Gijón in Asturias, which is, like Varna, a city with a massive maritime heritage in the north of Spain. Beautiful, verdant north of the country. Famous for its old fisherman's quarter. So 15.3 from Marina Janovskaya. Just a 3.8 for difficulty. Now we go to a gymnast who's got really strong difficulty. This is Laura Lewinska of Poland. Club's champion at the Gdynia Rhythmic Stars in her home country very recently. A very characterful performance from Laura Lewinska. Really moved fast at the end as well to pack those rotations in. And make sure to tidy the carpet as well as she leaves. Great to see her in this competition. She's exciting, isn't she? 21.4 for Claudia Marino. So the Spanish team in third position. That means they go ahead of France, who are the second best performers in the first part of the competition. And we've got our first inquiry. That's the body difficulty of Paris Grasse. We've got two performances to come, and that will take us to the halfway stage of this qualification process and team competition.
Representing Norway, West Bergen, please welcome Sophie Amble.
Sophie Amble of Norway, 16.75 with the ball. And now the ribbon performance from this 15-year-old who's at the biggest competition of her young career. Well done to Sophie Amble of Norway, who, as I mentioned earlier, has really achieved something special for her club and for her part of the country. We have a 24.3 score for Laura Lewinska of Poland. That's the third best that we've seen with the clubs. Still some very big nations to come. And we have no change to the score for Paris Grasse of Luxembourg. And that brings us to what is going to be the last performance. And it will come from the gymnast who, as I mentioned earlier, has just recently won all 5 gold medals at the Junior National Championships. The gymnast who completed what shall henceforth be known in Finnish gymnastics as the Fedorov Full House, the clean sweep win at the Junior National Championships. It's Olivia Fedorov. Lively, well-timed, energetic performance from Olivia Fedorov to draw to a close set B and to bring us to the halfway mark of this junior qualification process. Congratulations to all of these young athletes who have entertained us so much in sets A and B. C and D are going to come later on in our coverage. There'll be a break of about an hour and 15, hour and 20 minutes or so before the action resumes, but stay with us for confirmation of that score for Olivia Fedorov, and then the intermediary team rankings, the rankings at the halfway mark. And one thing is clear, it will be the Bulgarians who are in first place, and first place by a decent margin. We're also starting to get a clearer apparatus picture. Siana Alekova of Bulgaria ahead by almost 2 marks in the hoop standings. Varvara Chubarova of Ukraine remains in first place on that narrow execution tiebreak over Algara Kochankova of France, who certainly made the most of her one performance. Dea Emilova of Bulgaria, 25.85, is a quarter of a mark ahead of Sofia Krainska of Ukraine with the clubs. And it is that youngster Emilova who is also in first place with the ribbon by 1.5 over Sofia Krainska. Oh, very interesting, isn't it? Great standard set by these young athletes. So just that one score to come in for Olivia Fedorov. And there it is, a 22.65 for Olivia Fedorov. So well done to her on a half-mark improvement, more than a half-mark improvement from her score with the ball. That completes set B and takes us to the halfway stage of this junior competition. And I can tell you, Bulgaria are the leaders on 102.25 in the team competition. Ukraine second, 100.55. Spain coming into third place with their display in this set, 94.05. So just 2 nations so far breaking the 100-point barrier. And we will see what all of that means as the second half of the competition gets underway in an hour and 20 minutes time. I've been Ollie Hogben guiding you through the first half. Blythe Lawrence will take you through sets C and D, and hopefully after you've had a little time to recharge your batteries, you'll rejoin us for more action from the 42nd European Rhythmic Gymnastics Championships taking place at the Palace of Culture and Sports in Varna. We'll see you soon.